crank up that diesel. Let's go diesel.
Burn out hard, burn out hard.
The man who stokes the offense is 225 pounds of demolition derby. His name, John Riggins. He was also known as the Diesel.
Look out, killer, here comes the Diesel. Yes, sir, here it comes on 395.
John Riggins. If there had been stop signs in his birthplace of Centralia, Kansas, a small town of 500 people, John Riggins would probably have run through them.
Riggins breaks into the secondary. Riggins carrying people down to the 30.
Riggins works through a hole, and Riggins all the way out to the 25. Riggins gets the call and gets the first down and a lot more.
Left in the third period. Here's the Riggins, the handoff outside. The big fella has better speed than you anticipate. Gets to the 36.
More successful was the running of fullback John Riggins, who motored through the Cardinals for 108 yards and looked darn good doing it.
Riggins again. And Riggins barrels to the right side. Riggins off to the races. To the Ram 42. Here's Riggins sliding over a hole over the right side for big yards. He's down inside the 40, inside the 30.
Been sending Art Monk in motion. Takes it. Gives it to Riggins. Riggins at the 25. And has it up for the first down at the 29-yard line.
They come at that left side again. Riggins chased by Dutton. Riggins still on his feet.
Fullback John Riggins, plenty of room to run. Riggins has been named an honorary groundhog, but number 44 is more akin to a bull.
Walker was the motion man. Riggins barrels up the middle for a Redskin first down right off the bat.
First quarter from Green Bay. Riggins on a delay, moves back to the right, runs into Packers. Riggins. This time he finds an opening and bulls his way.
Third down and 6. Theismann dancing quickly, finds Riggins. Riggins makes somebody miss a tackle. Edwards, he ran over Edwards and gets into Eagle territory at the 49.
And that is the opening thrust to the 15-yard line. Behind the blocking of Joe Jacoby. Riggins again. Riggins.
I'll tell you, this guy and his running, that can excite a crowd in a football team. Watch, he gets some blocks here. He puts that ball out there again for his balance. But watch him. He has such big, strong hands.
Loss of a yard on the play. It's 11 needed for the Redskins. Theismann over the middle to Riggins at the 40, 45. And John Riggins has a first down.
I'll give to Riggins. He makes his cut and gets good yards. That's a typical John Riggins run.
12 carries, 55 yards for the Diesel.
Well, you know, the Diesel weighs over 240 pounds. You think of a big guy like that, you don't think of him as being quick and fast. You know he's strong, but watch this explosion right here. Crap, he sees that, boom, right through that thing, up that field. I'll tell you, he's a load when you have to tackle that thing.
Good block by Russ Grimm to spring it.
And this is the way a fullback should run. When you get that thing straight, put those shoulders straight, and anyone who gets in your way, just run over him and through him.
There's certain people that have the ability to be on a stage in sports, and they raise it up a level. And John had the ability to do that.
Gibbs gave Riggins the ball 62 times against Detroit and Minnesota, and he pounded out 304 yards in the two victories.
In motion, Riggins again, slamming left. Look at him go again. He's down inside the 10-yard line.
When you look for the ball on the Washington offense, look for John Riggins, number 44. He's rushed 137 times this year, and today with 2 more, will join Brown, Simpson, Harris, and Payton with 2,000 carries.
While John Riggins, number 44, made small gaps look like gaping holes as Doomsday took away the passing game. But in Washington, there was always Riggins, and the Redskin workhorse set up old reliable.
2nd and 6. Riggins still on his feet to the 30, to the 25, and slides to a halt with the first down at the 22-yard line. And that probably will be curtains for the Buccaneers. This is the 18th 100-yard game for John Riggins. Very impressive statistic. Norris Thomas.
Big John. Big John is bumping into the line, trying to find us some daylight. And then when he finds the daylight, he runs over a few tackles. Then he turns that speed on. For a big guy like this, he does a good job of running.
Well, here's Riggins. And he's in. So it took a minute and 27.
As the Redskins and Riggins sought to tie the game once more.
Against the proud Baltimore defense, in this one series, Riggins carried 6 times for 43 yards. Today, he gained 87 yards for the entire game to go with his 125-yard game in the season's opener.
Because you're going to go for a ride.
Yeah, he's going to give you a little ride is right. There's a good surge by the offensive line. See, and all he needs is they get a block on Carson. He breaks inside of the block on Carson. He recovers. Carson does, but not until after.
Kilmer, 10-0 San. A draw to John Riggins. And Riggins gets to the 12.
Well, you can see that he almost made the tackle.
Running down the field, a solid wall of steel.
Faced with a 3rd down situation, and Riggins got the ball again. This time the Colts made the big defensive play and stopped the Jets short of the 1st down. But the man who made it, Rick Volk, paid the price of dealing head-on with John Riggins.
3rd and very short. The 3 tight ends there. Riggins powers inside the 5-yard line, is trying for the goal line. 2nd effort.
Well, we warned everybody that about the 3rd time he carried the ball, that sometime in the 4th quarter.
Touchdown. Everybody's game. Right now, it's Washington 28, Eagles 27.
Riggins, and he's got the 1st down.
Good play call here.
Great call, Paul.
Look at that hole. John Riggins picks up very valuable 1st down.
Riggins will score. John Riggins. And some happy offensive linemen, deservedly so. The young offensive line of the Redskins opening the holes for Riggins.
And you can see Melvin Jones coming out throwing a key block. Riggins dipped to the outside, and I don't think there was much deception in this drive. Did anybody carry besides John Riggins in this entire drive?
Maybe once.
As Coons missed the tackle, Riggins in for the touchdown.
14 plays, 69 yards for the score, and 8:55 on the clock. So there is how it stands with 4:45 to play. The Redskins headed to their first victory.
2 interceptions leading to 2 scores. A field goal and a touchdown. Here's Riggins. Inside the 30 to the 26-yard line. 27 yards for John Riggins. 1st down.
Here's John Riggins. Riggins thunders inside the 10 to about the 4. Redskins on the move.
Big fella averaged 4.2 yards a shot. Long run of 33. He's had 1,000 yards 3 different times. Once with the Jets and twice with the Redskins.
Riggins had a brilliant season in '72, missing 2 games, still managing 944 yards. 4 short of Snell's club record, 56 short of 1,000.
I'm not mistaken, my second year I had 944 yards, but I missed basically 4 games. And so he said, you know, it would have been more had you made 1,000 yards. And I thought, really? That was kind of when I started to realize that it wasn't quite exactly what the ancient Greeks had in mind when they invented the Olympics.
Will they get another rest? 165 yards now for Riggins. His best as a Redskin in regular season play.
That's a pretty good day's work when you can come out and in 3.5 quarters gain 165 yards, have your team a 34-14 lead, go over 10,000 yards in your career rushing. That's a pretty good day, and then still put on a jacket that has holes in it.
Hail to the Redskins. Hail victory. Braves on the warpath. Fight for old DC.
Run or pass and score, we want a lot more. Beat 'em, swamp 'em, touch them, let the points soar. Fight on, till you have won. Sons of Washington, rock, rock, rock.
When it comes time to pull the wagon, he's always ready to hitch it up.
The man who stokes the offense is 225 pounds of demolition derby. His name, John Riggins. He was also known as the Diesel.
Look out, killer. Here comes the Diesel. Yes, sir. Here it comes on 395.
What fouls the eye and the perception is that I am the horse of a different color.
Crank up that Diesel. Oh,